carb diets are extremely effective for weight loss, reversing insulin resistance, improving PCOS, and preventing disease. Generally, a low-carb diet is when you eat less than 100 total carbohydrates in a day. But I find that most of my clients get better results when they stick to under 50 grams of total carbohydrates in a day. This is roughly the cutoff point to whether someone is in ketosis or not. Of course, this does depend on other factors such as how active you are. But on average, eating 50 grams in a day works well for anyone whose goal is weight loss, improving insulin sensitivity, improving PCOS, or preventing disease. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what 50 grams of carbohydrates from different foods looks like so you can stay under that threshold and hit your goals faster. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach. I post videos twice a week here on YouTube talking all things insulin resistance, weight loss, sleep, and more. So if you're ready to take control of your metabolic health, make sure to click that subscribe button. And you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram where I share new posts every single day. As I said at the start of this video, 50 grams of carbohydrates is the average limit for most people to stay in ketosis. And being in ketosis is where a lot of the benefits of low carbohydrate diets come from. These include rapid weight loss, increased energy, decreased brain fog, better blood sugar control, improved insulin sensitivity, and improved insulin resistance, and more. In contrast, the average person in Western countries is consuming between 200 and 300 carbohydrates in a day. Someone who is consuming a high amount of carbs like this will be in ketosis for a very little, if any, portion of the day. Their body is going to be relying entirely on glucose for energy, which is what carbohydrates are broken down to when we consume them. And because our bodies can only store a limited amount of carbohydrates, these individuals are going to have to be constantly eating carbohydrates throughout the day. But when you're in ketosis, your body is using mainly fat for energy, and this is both your stored body fat and dietary fat. And the body can store significantly more energy as fat versus carbohydrates. Even someone who is very lean has over 100,000 calories worth of stored energy as fat, whereas the body can only store around 2,000 calories of carbohydrates. So when you're a fat burner, you can go several hours without experiencing a crash in your energy, hunger, or mood. And as I've already mentioned, 50 grams of carbohydrates is the cutoff for the average person to stay in ketosis and be burning mainly fat. Someone who is metabolically healthy or who is extremely active, these individuals are going to be able to consume more carbohydrates and still be in ketosis, but the average person, 50 grams is the cutoff. But what exactly does 50 grams of carbohydrates throughout the day look like? We're gonna get into that in just a minute, but first off, I just wanna say that in this video, I'm going to be focusing on mainly whole foods because I am a strong believer in eating mainly whole foods in our diet and limiting processed ones as much as possible. The fewer ingredients on the nutrition label, the better. And even better if there's no nutrition label at all on the food. One of the main reasons I advocate for limiting processed food is because they are usually a very concentrated source of carbohydrates and contain very little fat and protein, which are the main contributors to satiety. So as much as you can, focus on whole foods, meat, fish, animal products, low sugar fruit, non-starchy vegetables, some nuts and seeds. These are going to provide you the nutrition you need, the protein you need. They're going to help you stay satiated and also help your body burn more fat. So here are some examples of those foods and how much you would have to consume in order to hit that 50 gram threshold. Of course, most of these foods you're not going to eat in anywhere near the amounts that I'm going to be talking about. So as long as you are consuming smaller portions of everything I talk about in this video today, you'll be able to stay under 50 grams of carbs in a day, easy. Let's start off with fruits. To consume 50 grams of total carbs, you would have to eat 3 whole avocados, 6 cups of olives, 2.5 cups of blueberries, 3 cups of cherries, 3.5 cups of raspberries, 4 cups of shredded coconut, 5 cups of strawberries, 5 whole lemons, or 6 whole limes. For vegetables, you would have to consume 2 whole eggplants, 6 red bell peppers, 5 whole cucumbers, 9 whole zucchinis, 9 cups of broccoli, 10 cups of cauliflower, 10 whole tomatoes, 25 Brussels sprouts, 50 cups of lettuce, 100 spears of broccoli, or 125 green beans. Now, before we get into nuts and seeds, just a really quick note. While they are fairly low in carbs per portion size, they are very calorically dense. I would not recommend consuming anywhere near the quantities that are going to get you over 50 grams of carbs, especially if you have weight loss goals. To hit 50 grams of carbs, you would have to eat 3 cups of Brazil nuts, 3 cups of walnuts, 3 cups of pecans, 2.5 cups of macadamia nuts, or 1.5 cups of almonds. And that's what 50 grams of different foods might look like. As I said, you're probably not going to eat anywhere near these portion sizes. But if you're eating less than these portion sizes, you can pretty safely assume that you're eating less than 50 grams of carbs in a day. Now, before I wrap up, I quickly want to talk about carb timing. Does it matter if you eat all your carbohydrates at once, or should you split them up through different meals? I find that for myself and for a lot of my clients that eating fewer carbs in the morning as your first meal works best. Your first meal especially should be high in fat and protein. This strategy will ensure you start your day on the right foot, feel satiated after your meal, and have consistent energy until your next meal. If you start your day with a huge influx in carbohydrates, you're going to have a big spike in blood sugar followed by a crash. As your body moves the excess blood sugar to your cells, your energy will crash. This is around the time that a lot of people will have a mid-morning slump and reach for a snack. But if you start your day with protein and fat and limit your carbohydrates, this won't happen. And even if you practice intermittent fasting and you skip breakfast, breakfast is technically the meal that breaks your fast. So whatever meal you do have first is going to be your breakfast. And when you do break your fast, this meal should be high in protein and fat as well. Some good breakfast foods to start your day include eggs, bacon, cheese, smoked salmon, mushrooms, sausages without added filler, ham, butter, and avocado. And then for your second and or third meal, you can have some more carbohydrates. This strategy is known as carb backloading, and it optimizes insulin sensitivity. The focus of your last 2 meals should still be on protein and fat, but you can include some slightly higher carbohydrate-rich foods as well. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. And let me know down below if any of these foods surprised you. Were any of them higher in carbohydrates than you thought, lower in carbohydrates? Let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, you might also enjoy my video on 3 steps to get into ketosis in 12 hours. You can check that video out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my coaching programs, including my 7-day insulin resistance masterclass and meal plan, you can find that here. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.